Hello and welcome to iCAD System free online courses. For today's topic, we will take a look at the Inventor assembly files, and then we want to take a look on how we can combine two or more parts together. Right? Basically, we want to assemble the file. Right? Assemble. So what you see over here is that we have one and two different part files, and then we combine them together. So if I try to move it, so it cannot be moved because these two items is been combined into one. Right? It's been assembled. So we're going to do the same at the right side over here. So the tools that we can use is the Constraint tools for the assembly tab under the relationship ribbon. So if I take a look at the Constraint tools over here, so we have a different types of constraint that we can use, and the most commonly used is the make tools. Right, so we'll take a look at the make tools. So we have make, and we also have flush tools. Make tools is where you want to combine two different faces together, while the flush tool is where you want to align two different faces together. Right, so the difference here is that if I like to combine these two faces into one, then for that case, you can use the make tools. If I would like to align two different faces together, so for that, I can use the flush tool. So let's start to assemble these two part files. And we start by combining these two orange faces together. So for this case, I will use the Constraint tools. I can select mate and I can select mate. Select the orange face, I hit apply, and then while I close, so you can see it is now has been snapped at this face. So I can still move, but I only be able to move except these two faces together. So if I take a look at the left sides, so I can move to here, back and front. Take a look at the front view, I can move left and right. But I cannot move up and down because it has been constrained. So let's start to add more constraints. So for this case, I would like to constrain these purple faces to the back of this purple face. So I can use Constraint tools, I can select mate, and then I can constrain to this back face. Then I can hit apply. Again, these two has been connected and it only be able to move left and right now. The last thing that I would like to do is that I would like to combine these two faces. Basically, I would like to align them together. And for that, you can use flush constraint. So you can use from make here, and I can select flush. So it will make sure these two faces align into one plane. And then I can hit OK to close. Right, so other than that, you can also use mate not only for faces, you can also use mate for the axis. So let's take a look at an example over here. So over here, I have multiple parts here, and I would like to assemble the one. So I can use Constraint tools, and I can select the mate to make this two face into two face. Hit apply, then you will see I still be able to move it around. And the things that I would like to do here, I also like to constrain the center line of this to the center line of this hole. So for that case, you can use the same things, which is mate. Instead of going to the face, I can select the cylindrical face. Instead of going to the flat face here, or face, I can select this cylindrical face, and then it will show you the axis that you can use. So I can select the axis, and I can find from here from the hole, and I can select the axis as well, and then the two axes has been combined into one. I can hit apply, and I can do the same thing with this one. So I'm selecting the axis, I can select this axis, I can hit apply, then you see we have an axis and axis. Then I can proceed to make these two faces together. Right. So we can do the same with this one, but we'll take a look at the second constraint tools, which is the angle. So if I take a look at this arm over here, I can still move it around. So if I would like to make sure that this arm cannot be moved anymore, which is stuck at this angle or this angle, so for that case, I can use constraint tools with the angle. So let's take a look at the more simple sample over here. So let's say I have two different panel over here, and I would like to constrain the axis here. So if you would like to reverse the direction, you can just flip the lines, so it will flip the direction. In this case, I hit apply, and I will also like to align the face by using flush tool. So two of the constraints has been put. So now this one can be moved with different angle. So if I would like to lock this angle at certain degree, I can use constraint and I can select angle tools. So for this case, I can select direct angle. And from this directed angle over here, so I can select two different faces. So I can select this face and this face. But the correct method is that you need to select the front face, right? While this is acceptable, these two face here, but you will have problem when you input the angle. So for this case, I'm going to select the front face, which is this, and this face over here. Then you will see it is now shown as 0 degree angle, which you can find from here. So if I would like to lock this at 45 degrees, so I can just input the value 45. So the direction is reverse. I can put negative value instead. And I can hit apply. And now it's locked to 45 degrees. So if I would like to edit the value, I can search back the constraint tools that I have created before. So under the part files over here, and then I have this angle. If for some reason you cannot find the constraint under the part files, you can find from the relationship. So it will list down all the constraint that you have done previously. So it will list down here in the relationship. But for this case, I'm just gonna head back to here and I'm gonna find the angle constraints and I will edit the value. And I'm gonna put this around 90 degree. So you have 90 degree open. So that is the constraint tool. So the next that we have is the tangent tools. Tangent tools, if you would like to connect cylindrical or curved surface, specifically which is sphere, right? So you can use the tangent constraint. So from the tangent here, you can select inside or outside. So I would like to connect this cylindrical ball here inside of this curved hole here. So for that case, I will use inside. Now select this sphere inside here, and I hit apply. I can select this sphere, then I select inside here, and then I can hit apply. The same again if I have this cylindrical face. So for this case, this one will be outside of this sphere. So for that case, I will use outside, selecting this face to this face, and can select apply and select this face to this face. But before that, let me just move this one first. Right, so you can see I can still move the inside here. Right, which means this is connected, but it is constrained. So you can hit again, which is this one to this one. You can apply, then you will see it's now connected to this face. So that is the tangent tools. So the next one we have the insert tools. So insert tools is much more easier, much more simplified to use if you would like to connect this object. Previously, we use the make tools to connect the face, and then we use make tools to connect the axis. But instead of doing that, you can use insert instead. So when I click insert, I can select, then you will see here, it will selecting the face and as well as the axis at the same time. So you skip two processes over here. So automatically it is been connected. Hit apply, so I no longer need to apply the face or no longer need to apply the axis. And the last constraints tools that we have here is the symmetry. So if you like to constrain one part to another at one mirror line, so for that case, you can use symmetry. So for this case, let me just turn on the visibility of this item. So I have two items over here. Now I would like to move this item and this item to be moved at the opposite direction. So for that case, I can use mirror, symmetric. I can select opposite. I can start select the face, two faces and one face for the mirror plane. So I can select this face over here, second place, and the third one is the mirror. So when I hit apply, you see from the front page over here, if I try to move up, that one will move up as well. But if I try to move away, so this one does not change because we only snap for the top face here. So what I can do here is that I can do the same things for the axis as well. So I can find the axis, and I can find for this mirror plane, apply. So if I go back to the front view, then you will see it is now symmetrical mirror. Right, so that's conclude our courses for today, which is constraint tools to assemble the files inside of